Okay, what is that? And the guy is asking, is this normal? Well, official answer is no, it's not normal. But there is a plot twist to that because a lot of people are going to be confusing this that inside is going to be freezing as hell. Like you are in a mortuary, or probably your car is the new Moscow. Did you get that correctly? But that is not actually how the system works because when the system starts freezing up like this on the suction line, it kind of put a restriction on the airflow across the evaporator core, and you have less air coming out of the vents, therefore resulting into a warm air instead of the extreme cold we are looking for. So what exactly is the cause of this very problem? Let's watch on and I'm going to tell you just in a moment.
Oh, this is not normal. Yeah.
Whoa, right there, we spotted just something. And here we go. Let me tell you what you need to know. You can see like as if it's a 17 boat that is stuck in the high side right there. So most Nigeria often do this when it's leaky. Instead of the technician to address it properly, he's just stuck in something that's gonna stop the system from leaking and then move on. Now, I'll be back. Okay, it seemed like as if it's melting already, or when he was touching it, it's melting. What actually causes this very problem you're seeing here, if your car is having it, is different sort of problem. One can be a bad thermistor. Thermistor that is actually located in the evaporator underneath your dashboard. When this very thermistor goes bad, something ugly begins to happen. Something ugly is going to start to happen because the thermistor plays a critical role of informing your AC amplifier system, also known as the AC electronic control module. With the help of that very thermistor there, that is where the AC amplifier system is going to know that the temperature range which is seen on the, which is perceiving within the evaporator is going out of the normal, which is absorbable by a human body condition. So if the thermistor got bad, but not completely bad, it's going to fuse a false information to the AC amplifier system or the AC ECU. And what happens then is, if you fed it a false information, the ECU can delay longer time of cutting off the power that's going to the compressor because the AC amplifier system uses the information which that very thermistor gave it to cut off the power going to the compressor clutch coil. And when it cut off the power, then there's going to be a short cycling which is going to allow the gas, sorry, the refrigerant that is being pumped to melt down, the ice formation that is forming on the suction line to melt down. And when the temperature start dropping below the normal acceptable range again, it will still re-energize the power going to the compressor clutch coil. So it does this consistently, intermittently, time after time. But a lot of people who owns the car wouldn't understand the technicalities that is behind this, except someone who have been in the system for long. Now let me get to you one more. That doesn't mean that that is the only problem that could actually make that happen. A stock compressor clutch can also cause the same thing. A stock clutch can actually happen when the gap is just too minimal and there is a friction between the two plates, the pulley and the clutch. So when it fused together, it's gonna keep the compressor running continuously even when you put off the AC, and this can result into the compressor pumping more refrigerant than needed and resulting into freezing of the suction line, also known as the gas line. Aside that, there could also be a problem with the relay. If the relay have a problem, or the pressure switch, whichever control system, the relay that cut off the power from the compressor, if it's glitched and is stay consistently triggered on even when the ECU or the AC amplifier system is giving it a command to shut off the power or cutting off the power that's going to it, it's not going to accept. Because when it refuses, when you want to give a command for the compressor to stop working, it uses the relay. So now picture this: when the relay is stuck closed and the ECM, the AC amplifier system, decided to tell it to cut off the power, it's not going to let it go. And what's going to happen is going to keep feeding power to the compressor. And when it keeps feeding power to the compressor clutch coil, the AC is going to keep blowing cold. And as a result, when it's supposed to cut off so that there will be no ice formation, the system is going to be running, and that is going to cause ice formation. Now, the other factor that can also be responsible for this very situation here is poor airflow across the condenser, across the evaporator core. But that poor airflow, which we're talking about, which can be due to a defective pulling filter or some other component around there, you're replacing it or dusting it off can actually ease the problem, but that's going to be a temporary problem. And for other cars like Ford, a bad low pressure sensor, a defective low pressure sensor can actually cause it. Take a low pressure sensor like opposite of high pressure sensor. In most of this current days technology, you don't see the low pressure sensor in the circuit, which is often found in the suction line. And it's used to control how much refrigerant the compressor should pump and to disconnect power from the compressor. So when they have a problem, it glitched, it stay connected. So you're gonna see the compressor clutch keep running steady, which shows that the compressor is still pumping refrigerant. So the last one, which is most oftentimes not from the manufacturers but from the technicians who fix it, is they bypass the entire system of the car and they run a straight wire to the compressor. By doing so, you're going to keep the compressor running all the time. In order for you to normalize it, you can introduce what I call a thermostat to it, and you set up the temperature range at which it's going to cut off. But most often times, those thermostat, especially the non-digital type, the analog type, they are not effective, because most often times when you equip it into the car, it's going to cut off the power too early, therefore making the car inside cabin not to be cold as it's supposed to. So that's the huge downside of a lot of people, and they do this most often times for this very car. This is Peugeot. The relay that controls the compressor cutting off, the magnetic clutch relay, is hidden inside, is embedded inside the BSI. Imagine that. It's embedded inside the BSI. So if you want to try to fix it, if you have a problem, there's not going to be power. That is what prompts a lot of technicians to bypass it. And if you try to repair it, you will damage the BSI, and that's a lot of money. So instead of that, a lot of people just run a straight wire to the compressor clutch coil, and the result is what you're seeing right here. So I'll see you later.